Hey guys, okay. Some girls reporting. I'm trying to be really quiet. Just to kind of explain to you why I'm soaking my feet in ice, my ankles, because it's so much pain. There's so much humidity in the air, and it's so hot in this building. I do have a little small AC and some fans and whatnot, but the place is pretty big. Um, and I probably need to get my other my other unit is in. I lent it to my dad, and it's I don't know. There's a whole bunch of shit, outboard motor in front of it, and all kinds of stuff. And I didn't want to move it before I came back here because I didn't want to, knowing me with my luck, something would fall on my leg and I'd fall and break something again. But really. Um, so I thought, well, I'll just wait because this seemed to be doing okay. But we've had a heat wave, a humidity wave, similar to last year, and it's probably going to last the same way as it did last year, probably till the end of October. It's very uncomfortable, very humid. I don't think we're going to have this cold summer and all the winter. I think it's going to be like last year. I'm seeing the pattern. Well, they've been chemtrailing all summer. I haven't heard the jets recently. I can hear them. I can see them. There's so much crap in the air. You wouldn't be able to see anything. All right. So I think the climate out west would be better for me. Now, I was out exercising, which didn't help, but it's not going to make a difference with this. It has a lot to do with my accident and stuff like that. So we'll just kind of leave that there. So I've been reading the comments, and there seems to be a lot of speculation about someone keeps saying Trevor, who did a video. I don't know who Trevor is. The only other videos I watch are Lady C's, unless I know that they're for sure Trump people and conservative. Lady C is clearly educated and conservative, but she's got to maintain a certain position for A, her royal connections, B, she claims that people in the royal family are directing her to say certain things and stuff like that. On YouTube, encouraging her to announce the Queen's death and blah, blah, blah. I'm positive Lady C would never do anything at all to damage her relationship with any of her circle. So I don't believe she ever did anything wrong. People were just lashing out on her and shit, apparently. I've been having some weird activity just on my Google account, period. So I don't think that has anything to do with what I'm doing. Like 200 views per video isn't exactly breaking, it's not like smashing results or anything. I think, YouTube is never going to allow me to do anything anyway. So, and I know that. Every time I get to a certain point, I get slapped down. Let's talk. In your comments, I'm reading, that there's a fight, that Harry's face was scratched. I don't know about that. That's speculation, you guys. We'll find out. It's speculation. That's it. Speculation. Okay. There's a lot of shit out there, and unless I can find it, I spend a lot of time just doing searches and browsing around and reading stuff. So unless I actually see it that way, some random person coming out and saying something like that. I don't, that reminds me of somebody who recently passed away. May she rest in peace. Like that, for example, a couple of years ago, the Queen ordered Charles to divorce Camilla in 2018. Well, you knew that was bullshit. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just hard for me to get behind someone on a YouTube level. On a personal level, I don't know that individual on a personal level. I think you know who I'm talking about. Of course, I would not want anyone to suffer with any kind of health condition. And being in the middle of cancer with just losing my dad, which for me, I'm going to keep saying that for probably 10 years, but losing that person, and then my mom being sick, and then just having problems because of the medication she's on and the way she's behaving, and it's a real nightmare for me. Cancer is very much a real nightmare. I spent months having my dad cough crap up, and I had to take a tissue and get it out of his mouth from his lung cancer. Yeah, I kind of get what that is. I know. It's not fun. But I'm not going to put something out. I mean, if I might talk, do this, that, and the other, but I'm not going to just put out a bunch of bullshit saying, oh, yeah, Prince Harry and Meghan got into a fight. Let me tell you something about Prince Harry and Meghan. They probably get into a fight every damn day. Because Harry's job for Meghan is to get her money. Meghan never talks about her first marriage, her first love. Why didn't she have kids? That was a fairly long relationship. It was almost a decade long. What happened to it? It wasn't just a 1-year spiel or a couple months or whatever. It was 7 years. That's a long time. What happened during that 7 years? She dissolved her relationship with him, and he clearly moved on, and he's got real children and a real wife that he seems to love. But I think that they were very much in love when they got married, or maybe not. I don't know. But she did have a Jewish wedding. And then she got married with a very racial pastor. Now, I did a video on that. I haven't posted it yet. I don't know if I'm going to. It's kind of boring. But you guys are coming to me saying, oh, Charles, the shit with, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. And I've been watching, where is this? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. GB News Live. Oh, I tell you, this whole thing is kind of messed up. And I've been following in my spare time, or when I'm just hanging out in the kitchen or whatever. I've been turning on their live feed. And that's where I'm getting most of my ideas and information for these videos. And just so you know that. The people, the presenters, the hosts of this morning show, because it's morning now over there, are speaking about, I know that speaking about the following, about, how William is perfect to be the Prince of Wales, and Kate is perfect to be the Prince of Wales, to carry the torch for Charles, who was the Prince of Wales. Okay. I love that Kate's been made the Princess of Wales. There was a lot of speculation that would never be used again. I heard that somewhere. And I'm not talking about another video, another poster or whatever. I'm talking about, it could have been like on Lady C or on some news program. So let's talk about this. Unless the news has changed, I was just following and trying to gather info. Meghan works with the media. She has PR people that are probably working day and night to get and press people and shit like that to get her shit up there, her pictures. This is what I want today. This is how I've got to look. Make sure you use pictures of me when I was skinny and I'm super airbrushed and they're approved by me before you do anything. The fact that Bethany Frankel, according to her, what I just put up there, or I know, I was watching something else. She did a critical, a podcast in 2021 that was critical of Meghan, and she lost advertisers. She said she lost deals, business deals. I'm assuming she's got her brand. I am going to make the assumption it could have been an advertiser, or she was going to be a spokeswoman for something, or I've seen her on QVC. I've seen her clothes and shit. It looks crappy. You know, I didn't know that she kind of. I'm glad that she's like being very natural and that type of thing, but I didn't know she kind of gravitated towards being. I didn't know how she looked. I mean, she looks like she's been through quite a bit herself. And again, she's just like Megyn Kelly in that she was given all this money to do these talk shows, to do this, that, and the other, and she didn't get very good ratings. So people go to, then she goes to her podcast and she starts pretty much saying whatever the hell she wants. She said she'd be me or just be, and she doesn't look overdone, overly made up or anything like that. I think her boobs are too big for her body and she needs a breast reduction operation, but that's just me. I mean, my boobs are like, I've talked about this before. I mean, all I need to do is lift weights steadily every day for like a month, and that'll do it for me. But yeah, I'm like a 36 AA, Okay. So we're done with that. That's what I think of Bethany. But Meghan and her people actually went after Bethany and fucked with her big time. And she said it was horrible. So now she has to say things in a certain way. And she has to, Meghan went after her. I didn't know that. It's really too bad. Okay, so we're finished with that. But she comes right out and says, hey, racism is a big problem in this country. Well, I don't know, Bethany. It seems like I don't know sometimes where these people are coming from. It's a big problem for everyone, including people like me. All right, done with that. People are saying that Archie and Lilibet are prince and princess. I don't know. It's up to Prince Charles, because actually it was Elizabeth's father that put this rule into place. We're going to buzz through this article. Okay. Archie and Lilibet could become prince and princess if King Charles allows it. It's not allowing it. You see what I'm saying? They're saying, Daddy, would you allow me to do this? Okay, so it's basically the following. It's his decision. And we heard him give a speech. And he's going to be given a formal ceremony for his ascension to the throne at St. James Palace today at 9 o'clock from, I think that's the time, which would be 8 here, which is in a few hours. I don't know how many hours, 4 hours, I don't know. And 5 hours from now. And, right? Am I right? I don't know. I'm all mixed up. I'm all turned around here. It's just been kind of sort of a bad day, but not really. So I don't think he's too terribly worried about Harry and Meghan right now. But he did make William and Kate Prince and Princess of Wales. But with that, it's just sort of like, okay, I'm handing these responsibilities off to you. So on this GB News feed, they were talking about how they feel William will be the person to come in and say, okay, let's get down to business and get this done. William is going to take over his Prince Charles's charities and shit like that. Harry unfortunately decided to leave. And I think that Harry is going to get the slap down he deserves. Let's read this article briefly. And this could, change tomorrow, but this is from the September 9th, Friday. Harry and Meghan were told Archie would never be a prince even when Charles became king. I guess that's because they're so racist. I don't know if that's true. Okay? You see what I'm saying? We're not 100% privy to that. This is what the article says. Okay. Now that their grandfather, King Charles, is king. This is so stupidly written. The Sussex kids, there aren't any children, guys. Okay? She was never pregnant. And I believe she needed money the second time, and that's why she faked the pregnancy. I mean, in February, she puts out a picture where she's so fucking huge, it's not funny. And then in March, was it in March? She does an interview with Oprah where she's clearly just got a little moon bump in with some sort of a bizarre looking bathrobe on. Fucking weird. She is a fucking weirdo. Okay. They could be looking at a title change. I'm not even going to I'm going to just paraphrase a lot of this. Prince Archie and Princess a little bit. You know how silly that sounds? It sounds very white trash. It sounds like Jeb and Ellie Mae. Princess Jeb, Princess Ellie Mae. Princess Ellie Mae Clampett. And Prince Jeb. No, what was Max? What's his name's? Jethro. So it'd be like Prince Jethro and Princess Ellie Mae. Should we throw Clampett in there too? Prince Jethro, Clampett, Mountbatten, Windsor. Raglan Markle, Mountbatten, Windsor of Montecito. Of fakeness. Okay. It's unclear as what he'll do. Under the here is the key. Under the 1917 letters patent by King George V, that was Elizabeth's dad, the title of prince/princess can be used by 1, children of the sovereign, 2, children of the sovereign sons, excuse me, and 3, the eldest living son of the eldest son of the Prince of Wales. Prince Harry is the second son of King Charles, so his kids previously were not guaranteed titles back when Charles was still a prince. However, now that Charles is king, Harry's kids are eligible for the titles. I guess, yeah, I'm eligible to do this now. I'm 18, I'm eligible to vote. Not so fast. I would take the word eligible out and put could. Because we just read that this was something that George, in 1917, King George V, was it 1917? Wait a minute. Oh, okay. This was the grandfather, or Queen Elizabeth's grandfather. I'm sorry. Oop. Major faux pas. Major faux pas. I hope you guys didn't tune out after you heard the mistake. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is right after the beginning of World War One and all that shit. Okay, I'm sorry. Got very sorry. Okay, so this was the father of King George the Sixth. Okay, I'm sorry. Huge mistake there. Okay, so the thing is, Charles is said to want a slimmed down monarchy where only direct heirs and their families have a title, which in this case would mean Prince William and his family. And back in 2021, a source told Daily Mail that Harry and Meghan were told Archie would never be a prince even when Charles becomes king. Interesting. So, when George died, Edward became king. He abdicated. George became king. He kept the rule in place, or the letters patent in place. If I'm saying that wrong, correct me, please. And so on. Which meant Beatrice and Eugenie were princesses. I think that's a kind of a big deal. But Edward's kids weren't, which is interesting too. You get it? So if Edward's daughter and son aren't princess and prince, is it because of the direct heir? Or I guess I'm not quite... Okay, so help me out, people. However, now that Charles is king, Harry's kids are eligible. Okay, I read that already. A source. Who was that source? And Meghan said it was because they were racist. I'm going to go ahead and say because they know the kids don't exist. Okay, I'm going to kind of this is just crazy with Meghan and all her bullshit. We've already heard this 100 times. Bottom line is it's up to Prince Charles. Okay.